Everybody, the final game of the 2018 Sonic Generations Relay Race is Sonic Generations. Representing Team Sonic is Thebluemania. Representing Team and Knuckles is Frokenok. And Chubbis, add a 6 to the Team and Knuckles point tally, please.
Hello, hello.
And right now, if Thebluemania wins, we'll have a tie. But, this is the deciding game right here. All right, and I'm going to do a countdown here. On commentary is Frokenok is going to help me out substantially here. And so all that being said, I'm going to do a countdown, and we'll get started. 3, 2, 1, go.
Doing the final game, which is Sonic Generations. If you haven't played this game, shame on you. You should. But yeah, Sonic Generations 20th anniversary game has many stages from the past, and I'm already messing up. But yeah, first stage, Green Hill Classic, we're starting right away. Normally you want to take the top path, which I assume Thebluemania already got. But unfortunately, I am rusty, as you can tell. Not much to say about Green Hill, it's pretty straightforward really. Gotta get the good jumps and spin dash and reach the ending. 55 is not good at all, like it was really messy for me. Normally you want to get 44, 43, maybe 42 if you go like, be perfect and stuff. Unless you start using N speed and D speed, which I'm gonna explain later on in the run, then you can go much faster. Next up is Modern Green Hill, which is with Modern Sonic. The game is divided in 9 stages, 2 acts. Each stage, Act 1 is for Classic Sonic, Act 2 is for Modern Sonic. Modern Sonic with a boost mechanic, same with like how you know him from Unleashed and Colors. Classic Sonic, pretty much, well, not exactly like the classics, but close enough. Alright, going on to the second part of the stage. Sometimes you'll see me and Thebluemania do slide like this. That's because we keep momentum and going a little bit faster than actually normally boosting. And that will happen normally during sections that will go from 3D into 2D. Also, you'll see us use the drift mechanic. Well, not mostly for drifting around corners, but to actually go faster, because the more you keep the drifting going, the faster you end up, like, you pick speed, all the time, pretty much. But yeah, that was Green Hill. Pretty straightforward, really. Nothing too wow about it, honestly. Unless you, like I said, unless you use M speed, D speed, then it really picks up. But next up is Chemical Plant. And Chemical Plant will have the first skip of the game, the water pipe skip. Pretty cool skip. Like, if I get it right, and I'm assuming Thebluemania might be going close to that, then you'll see a really cool 3D into 2D. Alright, closing into the water skip. What I want to do is to make a short jump, drift off the edge, and then I want to make myself land on a speed pad that there is around here. There is. Boost of a slow. And I got it. Nice. Pretty good. And then that makes me skip a pretty good 2D portion of the stage and, you know, make myself go to the finish line. 114, not too bad. Actually, not bad. Pretty good time. You can get 112, 113 as well. Yes, if you want to play this game, I definitely suggest playing the PC version if your PC can handle it. It's by far the best version. Alright, classic chemical plant. Classic chemical plant, straightforward as well. Most classic stages are, for the most part, you know, spin dashes and, you know, tight jumps here and there. But there are a couple skips and glitches later on that you can do with classic Sonic. But that will take a little bit until we reach there. A really good time for Chemical Plant Classic would be 50. Want to skip that red star ring because every time you get the red star ring into the stage, you lose like half a second in the overworld. Sometimes you can't help it, you have to go and get it. Sometimes you can actually skip it. But yeah, that was Chemical Plant Classic. I got a 50, that was pretty good. Alright, skipping the cutscene, getting the Sonic-kun, and we're going to Classic Sky Sanctuary. Classic Sky Sanctuary, pretty tricky stages at first to get right. There are a couple, there are top paths, bottom paths, and all that, and of course, there are sections where if you mess up, you lose a lot of time. Right. Good spin dashes. Here I can do a small skip. Don't have to actually go the normal path. Here is another one. And we want to get the middle over here. Nicely done. Jump and go towards the end. Fun fact about this stage is that it's the only stage where you have to replay 3 times to get all the red star rings, because there are 3 red star rings in different paths. And like for the 100% of this game, if you ever wonder how the 100% run is, like this stage is the only one you have to replay 3 times to get all the red star rings. All the rest you can get them in one single run. Alright, that was classic. Now we're going to modern Sky Sanctuary, probably the stage where you have to watch out for your boost management the most, if not the only one. All the others you're probably gonna have like boost all the time, but in this one you need to be able to keep an eye on your boost meter. Otherwise you might go out pretty fast, and well, that's no good. As you can see, like I'm playing it, really close.
Unfortunately, on the Thebluemania side here, he's having quite a bit of a challenge here at the very beginning. Let's see if he gets it on the 3rd try. Looks like he's going to opt to take a different route here.
Oh, I see Thebluemania is messed up.
Yeah, I think he was going off to the right there at the very beginning, if I'm not mistaken.
I see. Unfortunate, but I'm not worried. Actually, I'm not gonna drop my guard because I know Thebluemania is more than capable to actually come back, and there are quite a lot of sections that if you mess up, you can overtake the other easily. For the people who don't know, like Thebluemania is the current world record holder for any percent. I hold the 100% record for generations. Alright, and that was modern. Also, I forgot to mention, but I did a small 3D into 2D in a little bit before the ending, in the 2D section, and it's like the easiest 3D into 2D that ever existed. All you have to do is jump before you reach the 2D section. That's about it. Alright, so these are the 3 main stages for the Genesis era, and now that we're finished with that, we need to go and play one mission for each stage, so we can unlock the key, so we can unlock the boss of the stage, of the era. I'm gonna do a small skip over here with bouncing off the cloud, and again here, like earlier, I'm gonna jump here, 3D into 2D, and ooh, that was close. Whew. Okay, and as you can see, I can go around because I have like a 3D movement in a 2D environment. Alright, gonna grab the first key and gonna go all the way back to Green Hill and gonna do the classic mission. You need to do one classic and one modern mission. The third one can be whatever, but obviously we're picking up the fastest ones for the most part. There is one mission that's not the fastest one, which is the Thunder Shield mission, but we go for it because the Thunder Shield is really, really useful for the modern era. But this will be a little bit later. Alright, 26, pretty good. Gonna grab the second key and go to Chemical Plant for the last mission, which is gonna be the Invincibility Challenge. Not the difficult challenge, really, but you need to be a little bit quick with your jumps because you play with cycles in this one. And if you're a bit late, you're gonna miss the cycle, so obviously you're gonna be slower. Thankfully, I got the cycle. The first one, that is. So we're good for now. And here is the second one. Gonna bounce off this enemy and this item box and go through the spikes. And that's for the Genesis era missions. And now I'm gonna grab the third key and go for the rival battle, which is Metal Sonic, who is guarding a Chaos Emerald, which I'm gonna need for later on in the run. Metal Sonic, you can actually manipulate him so you can hit him, you know, earlier than his actual attacks, like I did there. And if I do it correctly now, I should be able to hit him once more. Yes, okay, cool. When he's coming in to the 2D. And that will speed up the fight. That's not good. Oh, that's not good at all. Okay, whew. That was really close because I almost messed up the jump there. And if I did mess up, then he would do another attack and I'll lose a lot of time. But thankfully he didn't, so I was able to hit him. Anyway, that was Metal Sonic. 34 is not too bad, but what you aim for is like 30, 31. Alright, so Genesis era boss fight. And from the music, maybe people know that Death Egg Robo, and there is actually a nice little glitch for Death Egg Robo, which allows you to finish the fight much faster. There is a little bit lag involved. It depends on his movement. You can go a little bit faster or slower. And he gave me the second best pattern. Sometimes he will not like raise his correct foot, and you can go below him. So here's the little trick with Death Egg Robo. If you let him like stomp on you, and you must the jump button and go behind him, his hitbox becomes available again for some reason, and you can hit him again. So you can finish the fight without actually being thrown into the second phase of the fight, which is like throws you into the foreground, and you have to activate those little bombs, which he hits and he gets stunned, and then you can climb on him and hit him on the head. And that was the third rumble, and we're going to the Dreamcast deck. Alright, Speed Highway is the first one. Hit the balloon. You can actually skip this little loop and go all the way down there. Saves like 3-4 seconds. Alright. Gonna do a big spin dash here. Get the bounces and get this section down fast. Speed up the process with a few spin dashes here. Nice. Alright. Small jump. Alright, looking good so far. Get the cycle, cool, punch off the enemy, and should be done with classic. There you go. 121, not bad, not, great, but good. So you can go definitely faster here. Alright, and that was classic. Here comes modern Speed Highway, and it's like one of the toughest tricks in the game that's coming up right now. There is a huge skip you can do by actually climbing a building up and skipping the whole stage and going all the way to the end. And this is what I was talking about earlier, that if you mess up this one, you lose a ton of time, and Thebluemania will be able to catch up, if not overtake me. Actually, back in the day when I raced Thebluemania before, for the, I think it was for this Sonic Speed Marathon, I had the crash. My game crashed while I was going into Chemical Plant, and he messed up the Speed Highway skip, and I did it first try, and I was able to actually overtake him there. And imagine, like, my game crashed. I had to reopen my game while the race was going. So yeah, let's see how this goes. I'm gonna try it a couple times. If I don't get it, I'll probably go normal though. Yeah. Nope, didn't get the first try. And I died because there are actually kill planes left and right there. It wasn't a big loss here because you can actually die later on as well. There are quite a few kill planes after you actually get the launch. Alright, climbing up the building. Alright, this is the first part. The next part is that I need to actually reach the goal. And it can be a little bit tricky. If I'm not careful, I'm gonna hit a kill plane or I'm gonna stuck in a wall, and it's game over. Should be good. Yep, I'm good. Alright. That is my way of doing this skip. You can actually reach the goal ring, like, immediately without actually going through the hoops or like the, the little airwalk that I did there. It definitely loses a few seconds to actually go into the goal ring immediately, but I find it more consistent, so I go for that.
Wow, you guys are within seconds of each other.
Sounds about right. If he got like the Speed Highway first try. City Escape. City Escape is like one of those stages where there isn't a big skip, but like little things can, you know, add up. Like taking corners or hitting like walls and stuff. Alright. Went a little bit silent there, I went into focus mode. I want to skip those boost pads because if you skip them you can actually stomp and drift, which is much faster than actually running down the road. Unfortunately we cannot get like this all the way to the ending. Two 205, pretty good. 205 is pretty good. Alright, now we'll see the Escape Modern. We're going to Classic. Classic has a couple cycles that you need to make, so you need to be super fast. If you mess up, you're gonna lose a lot of time as well. Ooh. That's not the best start. Was a little bit slow there. Didn't get hit by the enemy there, which is nice. Need to make these jumps quick and fast, so you can catch like the cycle that is coming up. Okay, I made it. That would be a difficult cycle there. I'm gonna lose the skateboard because it's slower. One, then really good. From what I can see from the chat, we see like we are neck to neck, me and Thebluemania, which is awesome because I definitely feel that every time we run this game, like without issues, like we're always gonna be like next to each other. Like, is this kind of run for generations for me and him? Alright, Seaside Hill. Has a few difficult jumps here and there, which can cost you a little bit of time or a lot of time, depending if you know the, backup routes and stuff. Unfortunately, I missed the top path, so that means that I'm gonna be losing a little bit of time, unless like Mania Blue get like the bottom path as well. It's not too many seconds, but it's gonna be significant depending where we are. Gonna be careful about those spike balls because if you hit them, it's instant death. Even if you have rings. Is this a nice little jump if I can get it? Nice, I got it. Cool. I really like this jump. Pretty sleek. 128, yeah, seems about right because I got the bottom path. If I had the top path, I would probably be around 123, 124. Alright, next up is Seaside Hill Modern. There is a small skip in this one as well, where you skip a little bit of the states, and if you mess it up, it costs you like 20 seconds. Gonna go to the right here, get those rings since I'm on water, and my boost meter is faster when on water. Gonna go around this section. Alright, here's the skip for these states coming up over here. I'm gonna skip this section, go down to the water, boost once, boost two, boost three, and get this platform over here and skip this whole section. This was pretty nice. Saves quite a bit of time. Alright, I think that was pretty good. 133 is not bad. And that was the Dreamcast era. With that, now we're going into the missions. Let's see what cycle I get over here. Alright, don't have to. Gonna go to the first mission, which is the Seaside Hill mission. So this mission has like the big fish chasing you up if you go out of bounds from where the stage wants you to be. But the thing is about it that if you tap the back of your while you are here on the water, the fish will go away because the fish thinks that you're about to die by going underwater. So he's like, okay, you know what? Never mind, I'm gonna leave you die, So basically the fish is lazy. And that was the states. Next up is City Escape, the Thunder Seal mission. Yeah, can't speak. The Thunder Seal mission. It's not the fastest mission, but the Thunder Seal is very, very important for the modern era. See if I can get the bounce here. I did get it. Cool. And I'm gonna jump over the loop here. Never mind. I lied. I didn't jump over the loop, but you can go over the loop and go, the fall down middle. Alright, gonna change it up here to Modern Sonic so I can do the Overworld, and Speed Highway Drill Baby Drill is the last mission we're doing. See if I can do it. Well, if I do it properly, you'll see what happens. I think I'm going a bit too fast though. Okay, I'm good. Right, and then gonna jump, stomp, and gonna skip the whole stage. That was just the missions for Dreamcast. And next up is the rival battle with Shadow. And this is where the M speed comes into play, like I said earlier. M speed, if you hold the analog stick in a very certain position, you go super fast. And I got it. Nice. This is the only place I use M-Speed myself, because M-Speed in Generation's PC version is very difficult and very precise compared to the console counterpart, or for that matter for the Unleashed counterpart. If you can implement M-Speed and D-Speed in the whole run, then yeah, like you're gonna go super fast and the run is gonna be insane. I can definitely say that. That was Shadow. 45, pretty good time. I get the Chaos Emerald and we're gonna go to the main boss fight for, which is Perfect Chaos. I want to see a task of this game myself online, that's for sure. Alright, Perfect Chaos. Alright, so every time you see me pause after a hit is because like when you hit Perfect Chaos, you're going into this little animation cutscene, which like if you keep holding the pose, like it will change the scene and you'll see like where you're gonna land. It's very useful if you're doing like IELTS. It's not that useful when doing RTA, any percent and stuff, but you can still save a little bit of time by pausing and unpausing immediately. The left, 1, 2, 3, right. And that's Perfect Chaos. Alright, and we're going to the modern era. First, Modern Crisis. that worked a little bit on my favor. A little bit sloppy there on the 2D section.
Ooh.
That was a lot of sloppiness from me there. The 2D section can go very good or can go very bad, honestly. This stage is like that, you need to be careful. Can cost you a lot of time if you're not careful. Like, it's a decider as well, you could say, for a race. But of course, there are a lot of stuff coming up which can decide it as well. This race is far from over. There are like a couple skips, like a couple stuff that can go really wrong. Alright, now I'm gonna go to the soap and gonna get the Thunder Seal from the soap and equip it to Classic Sonic. And go back into Cry-City Classic. Gonna do a small skip over here. Thanks to the Thunder Seal, that double jump is very, very, very useful in more ways than one. Oh yeah, Thebluemania is taking a different route compared to me. He's doing like in succession the stages. I go to the soap and get the Thunder Shield and go with a classic modern, continue the normal way I've been doing all this time. I'm not sure exactly which one is faster or if there is any difference whatsoever. We haven't really timed it, but I mean, he does have the world record right now and I don't, so I'm not sure. Maybe it's faster. I haven't really actually been implemented to my run, but in any case, this is Cry-City for me. Got a couple red starrings there. Anyway, Rooftop Run Classic is probably the stage which is like, you know, the less speedrunnable, you could say. Like, there's a lot of hard jumps, a lot of like, you know, platforming that can go very wrong, cycles to do. And I didn't get an early cycle here, so I need to be careful not to lose my... I need to really be careful not to lose my Thunder Seal because the Thunder Seal helps a lot. That's why I took it slow there. You really don't want to lose the Thunder Shield in these states. And that first cycle over here, over at the beginning, is really, really difficult to get. And it saves quite a bit of time as well. Had a little bit of a bad pattern there. Alright. And we're reaching the end of the stage. If you get the sub 140, then your classic rooftop run was like amazing. If you get like over 150, your classic rooftop run was like meh, and anything between is okay. I got 154 because my beginning was really bad and I missed the cycles. So pretty meh, pretty meh. But you can lose a lot more time if you lose the Thunder Shield and all that. It's one of those stages where if you mess up, you really messed up. And while Classic Rooftop Run might be the stage which is like the hardest to speedrun properly, on the contrary, the Rooftop Run Modern is like the easiest probably to speedrun, especially when it's like the second stage before the last one. Unfortunately, I do not know where Mania is and what's up with his run and stuff. So I assume he's like in Planet Wish and did like the rocket skip, or after that anyway. I'll be finishing up Rooftop Run shortly. With that, we're gonna move on to Planet Wish. Planet Wish is a really interesting stage. Not many people like it. It has a lot of 2D, a lot of traps, a lot of enemies, but it has two of the best skips probably in the game as well. First up is Modern. The sword guard here. Alright, so over here, I'm gonna wait a little bit and then take a second rocket with me, hopefully. There you go. And since like in this game you can actually store your rocket, I'm gonna keeping that second rocket moving forward. Gonna be using it in this part And if I do it properly, as you can see, I skipped a very, very big portion of the game. And go. I take the elevator up. Go towards the end of the stage. $219, it's okay. You can definitely get like 210, it's up to 10. But yeah, that was fun with the modern, and then we're going to classic. Classic has a big skip in it as well. You need the Thunder Seal to be able to do it as well. But let's see if I'll be able to get it. Alright, coming up is the first little skip with the Spike Wisp. If I can go all the way to the edge, the game gets messed up and it puts you like on the outside. Thankfully there is a spring here that puts me back to the inside. I already skipped a good amount of the stage. And now if I can do this properly as well. Yeah, like, I don't know why this happens, but yeah. The Spike Wisp has like some hover properties. But to be able to actually explain why, I'm not sure. But the thing is that it does. Also, like, for you to go into the 3D part, like, if you jump before the loop, because the loop like puts you from one 2D plane to another, like the game gets kind of messed up. So you go into the 3D. Alright, Silver is the next fight. There's no juice. It's no use. You can manipulate a little bit Silver, so he doesn't do like a certain attack in between. And And that was silver. Alright, next up is the missions for Modern Era. This can be where the lead changes, stuff happen and all that, because this mission over here is difficult. It's probably the most difficult mission to do. That switch, I heard it, but it didn't actually activate. And I died, so have to redo this again. I assume Thebluemania either gets it or overtakes me. Second try. Oh well. Yes, Big John knows what's up. Alright, one ring challenge. Need to be careful now because I have no rings and the section coming up has the spikes over here. Whew. Heck. Alright. And Blaze mission. Nice and fast. And going to Egg Dragoon. Egg Dragoon, very difficult fight, can go super slow, super fast, yeah, unless you get like the quick hits and whatnot. There is a strat we do where you can hit him multiple times. Alright, I got the first 3 hits, and you can get more hits in the dive section. Like, if you press a direction during the dive section for half a second and then dive, you like spawn next to him. Like, he will come close to you. Unfortunately, I didn't get it for the first try. I got one more try over here. I didn't get it either, so have to do this normally and do another hit after the dive section. This is the normal way. You can actually finish him in the dive section if you get the early hits, the falling hits. But we got like the 3 hits at the beginning, so it wasn't a bad Egg Dragoon, it was a normal one. And now we're going to the final boss, Taimita. bit. Put the last emerald in the gear. So we can open the final boss gate. Oh yeah, and time for time meter is when at the final hit the screen changes pretty much. Alright, gonna try to get the first hit in. Change to the 2D, change to the 3D, and again. Get close to him, get the next hit, and then you want to boost and change all the time. I don't think I'll be able to go close enough to him. Yep, I'll have to redo this. Oh, Mania did it. Nice. GG's to blue.
That ties up the relay at 6 apiece because
Indeed.
the amazing schedule maker scheduled an even number of games. Oh boy, yeah, who could have that been? All right.
All part of the plan, I see. You know what you're doing, you just don't say it.
Yeah, I wish I had this much control. All right, so we're gonna let Mr. Frokenok finish here his run, but amongst discussion in the Discord, it has been determined that the tiebreaker game will be Alec K47 versus myself, Kick-Ass Pancakes, and a Sonic 2 Tails run for your pleasure.
Nice. And that's it for me as well.
GG.
Thank you. Congrats to Thebluemania. And this race marks the end of my reign as like the undefeated Generations racer. This is probably the first race I lost in Generations in the 6 years that I'm running this game, 7. Which is awesome, actually. Worst up.
It's bittersweet, right?
Yeah, definitely is. But I mean, it was gonna happen at some point. The career, yeah. Nah, it's all good. I'm glad, honestly. I'm really glad that the Thebluemania came around.
And the Thebluemania, special shout out to the Thebluemania. I know he can't hear me right now, but his availability ended I want to say about an hour ago. So he stuck with it and finished his run here and was a real trooper. So I wholeheartedly thank him for that.
Yeah, definitely. It's like super early in the morning and stuff, and so many hours up. Yep. Thank you again, guys.
Frokenok, special thank you to you, man. Thank you for filling in and doing commentary as well.
No, it's no problem. No worries at all.
All right, so we're gonna fade away to the splash screen, and we're gonna get the tiebreaker game set up, and we'll be back.